real world interesting. Important thing to notice: gaming is bigger than globally combined the music and movie industry together, and this is the size of the global gaming market for the last year for 2020. And yet there's 25 million players on this market that have absolutely no access to any digital products. And this is the way that we see as needs to be changed. We don't use the metaverse buzzword so much. Actually, this presentation comes way before it made the rounds, and we try to prefer the approach mixed reality arena, which is actually what's happening. All right, so the size of the markets, 25, and this is just the initial market where we're starting. And some of you who follow the tech news know that Apple should release next year mainstream consumer product, augmented reality glasses, and this is already what we bank on. We want to be on this market when that happens. Moreover, we have a huge use case for esports. Some of you familiar with the gaming know that esports is almost a separate market in the gaming industry, as it generates incredible revenues, and and of course it will even get bigger and better, since people now watch more games from sit at home and spend more time watching and streamers. All right, so how do we start? We take a smartphone application, which is the entry point to our ecosystem, and the players then use the application in real life in the games. And from this point is where all of the crazy stuff happens, like this airsoft minigun or our turrets. By the way, if you're with some of you, we might have lined up one-to-one meetings, so we'll see. There's plenty of more pictures for you to see in the side room, and we have also HoloLens, the augmented reality glasses, for you to try something that we talk about. And now I would want to focus on the crypto story. I'll admit, we, as a typical startup coming from Eastern Europe, if it already wasn't obvious, we moved far advanced on the hardware side, on the product side, than we did on the actual software. So right now, what's happening? It's my pleasure to announce that we'll be starting our own utility token as a parallel to the hard equity, and as the option for investors to invest in us. And besides that, we also work on the gaming token for the players, and this is the other part of the innovation, where players, I think we will be world first, where we'll enable people or players, gamers, to earn cryptocurrency by doing a physical activity in the real world. And just like that, NFTs are also hugely important. This year, again, I don't need to, most of you will be probably familiar with the NFT craze. I already mentioned the Axie Infinity, and this is the innovation here stems from the fact that we are taking what has been already proven that work, and now we applied it in this new domain, which is live action gaming mixed with the augmented reality. Here's a little bit of our roadmap. We right now at 2021 Q4, as you see, the products will start soon. We have already signed customers. We have now customer, which is the biggest paintball and airsoft facility here in United Arab Emirates, and that's where we'll be able to first see our products and services in action. Moreover, here are some Steam stats up until this date. So many of you wondering like, okay, is this just another death by PowerPoint, or is this thing actually exists besides this tax deductible item? And the question is, yes, we expanded in the summer here to UAE, specifically to Sharjah, SRTIP, the Sharjah Research, Technology and Innovation Park, and directly started building our products, working on getting the customers. And part of the efforts is the first customer that we signed there, which is the Sharjah Golf and Shooting Club. So that'll be the first. And also, of course, we raised. This is already should be updated. We raised almost 500K US now, both from Europe and here in Dubai. The half of the raised money actually comes here from Dubai investors. And also, very importantly, we have several physical locations, R&D and workshops in Ukraine. I would just want to point out specifically why it makes us a very lucrative startup. It's the burn rate itself. It's extremely similar as compared. I know I have friends with our hardware founders from Western Europe, and usually how their companies end up, it's just they die before they achieve any traction, because the burn rate in Western Europe compared to our neck of the woods is just incomparable. Some of our partnerships. So platform like this won't be possible with cooperation with other interested parties. Here, if these brands or companies don't tell you anything, again, if you have time, stop by. I'll be very happy to give you some presentation of what these do. The Hero Factory is the first, as you see, it's the biggest airsoft and paintball arena in Bratislava, Slovakia. That's the country where I'm from. And we'll be working with them already on. There's multiple spin-offs in the live action gaming / digital games innovation territory. All right, so a little bit about the go-to-market strategy. As I already mentioned, esports is a huge part of the success of multiple various different gaming companies, right? Some of you might be familiar with Riot Games, League of Legends, Blizzard, StarCraft. So the esports scene is what drives the success in a lot of way, the success of the games and the gaming industry, and it's almost parallel to the actual gaming, with no competitive means in mind as a result. And this is where we actually bang heavily on our success as well, since shooting games is one of the biggest esports categories as well. So shooting games in real life, in augmented reality, with NFTs and play to earn business model, I think this is something that will be very, very lucrative to the esports industry. This is how we look on the competitor axis. Some of these names you will be very, very intimately familiar. Thankfully, we are not in direct competition with any of these. It's mostly tangential and different verticals. But as you see, like, this is also if you follow the news, not just Metaverse, but Apple, Google as well, moving heavily in digital world and the digitizing of the real world, and this is exactly where we positioned, right in the middle. All of this won't be possible and achievable if not for a stellar team, and I'm not even talking about myself right now. It's two of my partners and co-founders. On the left is my CTO, Mr. Arto Bendiken, also CTO of another blockchain project, Aurora Labs, raised successfully in the summer $12 million on 150 million valuation. And and also huge credits in crypto. If 5 years considered to be long enough, some of us are in the crypto from the start. For example, like our third co-founder, Mr. Jörg Platzer, who is the first merchant in the world who accepted Bitcoin in his business back in 2011. So he goes really way back, and he's very active in Bitcoin German scene, and he also wrote what seems to be a seminal book on Bitcoin in Germany for O'Reilly. Very quick and short. This is numbers. This is what we're looking for. And if some of you are from the investor list, then this can come from both equity and token. And thank you very much. This is the last picture is in front of our Ukraine headquarters in Lviv. Thank you. Okay.